have brought a shopping bag for a reason. I'll explain that in a minute. Good morning, everybody, and a warm welcome to this fabulous High for Life event. I love this event, so thank you to Bosch. The third year, no less, and I have the privilege of welcoming you all for 2 days and setting the scene for what is going to be a brilliant event, which I know some amazing speakers. I'm Angie Needle, I'm the Strategy Director at Cadent, and I'm also the Vice President of Hydrogen UK. Cadent are a humble gas network. We simply provide the energy that is needed when you need it all day, every day, and we do this almost invisibly. I could talk about the amount of pipe that we have in the ground and our safety stats and our performance statistics, but I know that you don't really care about all that. All you really care about is being warm and fueling your industries. And that is what we do. And our ambition is to do this in a way that is least harmful to the planet and most efficient, which is why hydrogen is so important. And what a year it's been for hydrogen. It feels like a year of lots of progress, but it also feels a little bit like not much progress too. Or at least it still feels very precarious. Even though we all know that hydrogen is going to be an essential component in delivering net zero, and we're talking about 30% of the future 2050 energy system, it still feels like it is talked about as a bolt-on to electrification, an afterthought, and instead of. Yet electrification will fail without hydrogen. And I think we know this, but we've got to sort of tie it together. We really must work at bringing this system together. And this is one of the reasons why at Cadent we work so closely with our colleagues on electricity networks and heat appliance manufacturers like Bosch and house builders and soon to be the future system operator. And we are absolutely certain that an integrated system will be better for consumers than a siloed one. So just reflecting on the progress made over the year, the Department of Energy Security and Net Zero, as you all know, have been very busy. So we have hydrogen production business models, heads of terms. We have hydrogen levy. Yeah, let's talk about whether that continues through the Commons. I'll come back to that in a moment. We've got plans for a transport and storage business model by 2025 to move the hydrogen around and store it in the right places. That is very helpful, by the way. And we have hydrogen production roadmaps on their way and consultations on hydrogen to power coming as well. This year as well, we've got a potential decision on blending by the end of the year. That is going to be very welcome. And obviously, we're really pleased that the first 2 blue hydrogen projects part of the CCUS cluster sequencing have been approved at Teesside and HyNet, and there's been 15 winning green hydrogen projects under the Net Zero Hydrogen Funds and 20 shortlisted projects in the first round of hydrogen production business model. And if things do progress, we might have a hydrogen village being selected and a potential mandate on hydrogen-ready boilers. Crikey. That is a lot that has happened over the last year, and I was stood here last year asking for some of these things, and they are progressing, so I'm really pleased about that. And in addition to all of this, we've had the Skidmore Review, which usefully sets out the role of the FSO, and Jane Toogood's excellent report, Hydrogen Champion report, and so thank you to Jane and Debbie. Jane will be here later. So with all this progress, why do I feel anxious? And I feel it's simply due to the challenge around certainty. Certainty of what happens beyond 2030 is crucial, as is certainty of funding, of risk and reward. And the risks of a change of government in slowing things down, and in reality the fact that the government coffers are empty and that we have some very difficult decisions to be made in all aspects of the economy for years to come, and these will affect every decision and could impact on the ability to create momentum needed for hydrogen now and, of course, in delivering net zero. So we have to constantly remind decision makers, and there's some in the room, how important this is. And the passage of the hydrogen support mechanism, levy, or whatever it's going to be, is so important in getting things moving. And whilst it may be true today that consumers won't see the benefits, they may well do so in the future. And I'd welcome a mechanism that keeps options open. So I brought some shopping. So I'm going to explain to you why hydrogen is so important. Why do we need hydrogen for life? And there's nothing better than showing you some stuff rather than just talking theoretically about it. So this is where I regret the decision to do this. But anyway, here we go. Right, can we see what this is? This is Tate & Lyle's golden syrup, right? My kids love golden syrup. I do too. It's a topping of choice on pancakes in our house. The Tate & Lyle factory is on the Thames, and they produce and sell worldwide 1 million tins of golden syrup every week. Yeah, liquid gold this is. Right? Tate & Lyle need an alternative gas to fuel their operation processes in the UK, and they are looking to hydrogen to do this. They employ 850 people in the UK. Your sweet tooth needs hydrogen. Wait, more. Right. This is my favourite. What's this? This is Fever Tree gin and tonic. I didn't bring the gin. Next time, I couldn't bring the gin. But this glass bottle containing tonic is essential for my gin and tonic. And up and down the country, I'm sure you know, right? Other tonics are available. Most glass bottles in the UK are made in the NSERC factory in the northwest. NSERC have already tested making glass bottles with hydrogen in their factory, and they plan to be the first ever user of hydrogen from the HyNet project. Without hydrogen, there will be no glass bottle manufacturing in the UK. Nearly every glass bottle in the UK is made at that NSERC factory. Hydrogen is needed for your gin and tonic. They employ 500 people, by the way, at the NSERC factory. Beans. This is what I call beans for two, which my husband calls beans for one. Small tin of beans. Right. The Heinz factory is one of the largest food manufacturing plants in Europe. It's based in Wigan in Greater Manchester. It produces over 1 billion cans of food annually and employs 850 people. Heinz would like to be one of the future users of hydrogen from the HyNet project in the northwest to fuel their factory. No hydrogen, no beans. Right, hang on. I could go on, right? All the products in this picture are either made by or have an ingredient in them that are manufactured by companies in the northwest who are part of the HyNet consortium and who would rely on hydrogen in the future. This includes products like the glue that makes the packets of wipes sticky, you know, and you can stick them back down again. Aluminium cans for your beans. Chemicals like bicarb of soda, newspaper ink, performance chemicals that goes in toothpaste, fabric softener, food manufacturing itself. And yes, there are bigger products too big to fit in my shopping bag, bricks, car manufacturing, glass, and so on. These companies just in the northwest have a combined turnover of over 10 billion. And manufacturing in this region employs 345,000 people and bring a huge amount of economic value to the UK. And this is only one of the UK regions. The impact on all the industrial clusters is significantly bigger than this when you add the value that hydrogen brings to our economy. So we cannot really say that hydrogen does not benefit consumers. These are consumer products. It absolutely will. So perhaps we need to talk more about what life will be like with hydrogen and what it will do for us, and importantly, what happens without it, rather than just talking about hydrogen itself. Literally food for thought. I'm very much looking forward to seeing and hearing from speakers over the next few days that will really bring some of these products to life and the role that hydrogen plays. And finally, I just want to say that we have a present Cadent at this conference upstairs over the next 2 days. And if you'd like to stop by our stand, you'll be able to have a look at our virtual reality Minecraft game and learn more about our hydrogen plans. You will also, embarrassingly, meet my avatar. And I'm going to have words with them, just so you know, which I do apologise for in advance. Thank you very much.